There are issues that women of color are facing that a white woman would probably never come across, and we need to talk about that.
When it started out, we didn't even hear that it was from Tarana Burke, a black woman. This is a years-old movement that a black woman started because of her own experiences with sexual assault, and it turns out those are the experiences that are kind of being left out.
Movements begin in communities of color, and when it takes off, we are co-opted.
When it comes to Latino culture, we don't refer to it as the METOO movement. We call it oppression, we call it machismo, we call it molestation, we call it rape.
Fetishization is real. I think it comes from probably some deep roots around colonization, white men going overseas and taking land, taking bodies.
If I could encompass like one huge problem for Latino culture when it comes to METOO movement and speaking out and abuse of power and machismo, it's the rape and molestation that happens within families.
I think I was 8 years old. It was a summer day. I came outside in like shorts and a tank top, and a neighbor was like, "You're gonna let her go outside like that? You know, there's men out here." And my mother turned and said, "Right, and she's a little girl, so you shouldn't be talking to her about her clothes. You should be saying to the men, she's a little girl, you keep your eyes straight."
I talk about things more now, but for the most of my life, I didn't really talk about, it's kind of like the Me Too movement, like, why you stay quiet, because people basically blame you for it. They tell you you're lying.
There's nothing complimentary about fetishizing someone, no matter what it's about. And I think it's important for people to recognize, especially from the Asian American woman's perspective or the femme's perspective, that that's a thing that they deal with every single step of their lives as they're growing up.
When you tell someone that this thing that makes you different, your skin color, your body parts, this is gonna attract danger, how do you reconcile that? You're always living in this constant dread, this anxiety of, oh my God, what's gonna happen because I look like me?
If you really want to tackle abuse of power, especially by men onto women, you need to include all women.
The working class, the domestic workers who are women of color, who have no recourse, who are getting sexually assaulted all the time, homeless women, trans women, all the women who everybody wants to forget.
I have been lucky enough not to have been raped. I've been lucky enough to not be molested at work. I've been lucky enough that no uncle or cousin in my family has ever touched me in a weird way. I feel privileged. That should not be the norm. I should not feel privileged just because I haven't been raped.